Now let's try something different. Let's try something different from the summer. Let's see if I have fun not playing with sudoku, not going at the beach and reading some novels, typical things that you do during the summer, but trying to keep my brain active, looking at a different project that seems to be very interesting. But is it or not? Hi everyone, welcome to another coffee. This is my little summer project. I want to take a break from the usual videos. I want to look at something different. I want to have fun, trying to get exposed to new ideas and see how they work, how they fit. So I want just to play around with my curiosity, and for the summer I chose to study Kaspa. Kaspa is a relatively new coin. Everybody's starting to talk about Kaspa. Marathon is beginning to officially mine Kaspa. It's getting more and more attention, and so we're having a look at it to see if actually all the nice things, the marvelous things that they say about Kaspa are actually true or not. Why? Because, well, if you followed this channel in the past years, you probably know that I've been covering also Ethereum. I've been looking at other projects, like for example Kia at the time, the famous coin that was mining stuff on the hard disk, not in CPU, or Edera Hashgraph or IOTA or other projects that are, let's say, in the blockchain space, just to look at the technology and to see how it works. I'm fond of consensus algorithms and I want to understand how they work, and Kaspa is tickling my curiosity because I've always been curious about DAGs and the relation between DAGs and blockchain. So what I plan to do is to dedicate part of the summer to study this protocol, starting from all the sources that I can find, and to see if actually it's capable of delivering it or if there is some catch somewhere. I will be not going on the fanboy rabbit hole, so I don't care about the coin. I don't care about the price of the coin, if it's going to up, down, or if it's an investment. I don't do investment. I don't hold anything. So I want to understand the technology and how it actually works, because if it's true, it could be groundbreaking. But thing is that in the last 15 years, we've seen a lot of new technologies that came out basically every other week, like this is the new Bitcoin, this is better than Bitcoin, this is going to change everything, this is disruptive, and so on. And all those technologies died. So will Kaspa be able to prove that something different? I don't say something better. I don't think it's going to be better. I think there is no competition, there is no war between Kaspa and Bitcoin. They probably will tend to remain two separate things with two different use cases. So there is no reason for a stupid fanboy war, and this is not where I'm going by any means. I want to understand exactly what it is. I want to explain to myself and to those who will watch my videos what it is and how it works, mostly. And yeah, I want to have a look at it on let's say, under the angle of technology, how it works, how it is implemented. And so maybe I will do some videos. I don't know, I'm just making this up exactly in this moment. So maybe I will put up an Kaspa node and see how it works. Maybe I will try to make a Kaspa wallet, I don't know, and have a look at it on have a very close look at how it works. I'm skeptical, but I don't mean skeptical in a bad way, like I don't believe in Kaspa and I believe that it doesn't work. No. I mean, I want to be as neutral as possible, as open-minded as possible, and look at it exactly for what it is. I must say, so far what I saw is pretty interesting, but some of the differences are very important. So one difference that I did not see is the toxicity of the community. So I started approaching Kaspa a few weeks ago, and well, let's say that Bitcoin have maximalists as toxic maximalists. Exactly the same thing happened on Kaspa. I've had the chance to talk on Twitter with a lot of Kaspa maximalists, and they're very, very toxic, and I don't think this is good in any way possible. I mean, I don't think it's good to be a Bitcoin toxic maximalist, and I don't think it's good to be a Kaspa or any other coin toxic maximalist. It's terrible. Maybe I will do a series of videos on this, trying to understand better and trying to have other people understand this technology better. I mean, as long as I believe in it, as long as it seems to be working, as long as it seems not to be a scam, I will be going this way. I don't think it is a scam. I think that the bigger risk, if there is any risk, is that like previous technologies, we have all this hype around it, but some way along the road you hit a showstopper that you didn't see coming before. This is the risk. I mean, and I don't mean that the by any means that the theme behind Kaspa is being superficial about that. I don't mean that there is a bad intention. I mean, those things can happen, and that's why I will never advise anyone to buy this or buy that, because I mean, those are things that can happen. So I always like the idea of DAGs because they're fun, basically, because they're fun, they're very beautiful. They form these patterns along the screen, and they're very funny. They catch my attention, they catch my curiosity. But I have to admit that part of this curiosity is how it is possible. Because I mean, when you look at the blockchain, it's let's say it's easy, even if not completely easy to understand the blockchain, how it works, but I mean, you have just a row of blocks, and when you have a row of blocks, there's just one version of the story, especially if this blockchain is trying to minimize the forks and try to prune all the stuff that is not a straight line of blocks. When you have everything on a straight line of blocks, it's easy to understand what happens before, what happened next. But if you have a DAG, this is not the case anymore, because DAG is very complex, and it allows a block to point to several blocks in the past, not just the last one, several other in the past. And the general challenges that you have when you talk about the DAG, and I don't think these are the challenges of Kaspa, I'm talking about DAGs in general, have a few issues by the structure they are built on. The first issue is that a miner could point to always the same blocks in the past, because unless you have different rules that prevent the miner from doing that, you will have, I mean, any shape of this DAG is allowed, as long as because I mean, in the blockchain, the rule is one block must be followed by one block and be preceded by one block, and that's it. But in a DAG, that's not the situation anymore, because in a DAG you have that a single block can be pointed to by several other blocks in the future, and can point to several other blocks in the past. So the type of structure that a DAG can assume is unpredictable, basically. Another issue is that you may have a lot of blocks that are parallel at the same moment, so you can have a huge front of blocks, and that's maybe something not desirable, because it could probably make the consensus algorithm very, very complex to deal with. And a third thing is that the DAG could split, meaning that you can have two streams of DAGs that start from like a soft fork, basically, and those forks go their own way. You cannot actually prevent it from the basic definition, so you have to introduce other rules. I want to understand which those rules are and how they work on the consensus mechanism. And by the way, all those issues, all those problems happen having absolutely valid blocks from honest miners, because they can happen just by randomly, because this is the complexity that gets introduced when you use a DAG. So I want to understand what Kaspa does to prevent this, and if it works, basically, and which are the rules and if it works. So I will my mojitos and my Cuba Libres will be devoted to understand these things. So in the next weeks, in the next months, probably I will start doing this series of videos, understand what I can from the sources. So please, if you have any idea, any suggestions, any source of information which seems to be quite hard to come by, or suggestion or hypothesis or anything, just please share them with me in the comments so that I can look at it. I will not be, by the way, I will not be buying Kaspa. I will probably open a wallet and put the address under the videos. So if you want to support the channel, or if you want just to give me a tiny hint of Kaspa, just so that I can experiment experiment making the transactions, but that's the use I will make of it. It seems fun. It seems fun. It seems going to be fun. And as I said, don't look at the price. I don't care about that. I want to look at the technology. So yeah, Kaspa community. Let's see what all the thing is made of. Okay, that's it for now. See you at the next coffee. Bye.